Neil deGrasse Tyson, the renowned astrophysicist and science communicator, has long been a prominent voice in making complex astronomical phenomena accessible to the general public. Over the years, he's discussed everything from black holes to the Big Bang, often breaking down cosmic events with his characteristic wit and humor. One topic that he is especially known for is his stance on Pluto. In 2006, Tyson was part of the movement that reclassified Pluto from a planet to a dwarf planet, a decision that sparked global controversy and debate. Now, if there were ever an event where Pluto and Neptune actually collided, it would mark an unprecedented moment in astronomical history. To set the record straight, however, it is important to note that a physical collision between Pluto and Neptune is astronomically impossible based on current scientific understanding. Despite their proximity within the solar system, these celestial bodies occupy distinct orbits that never cross paths in a way that would lead to a crash. The distances between planets are mind-bogglingly vast, and even though Pluto and Neptune are often mentioned together because of their overlapping orbits, they never get close enough to collide. But let's entertain the hypothetical scenario. What if Pluto and Neptune did collide? What would such an event look like? And why might someone, even in jest, describe something terrifying as happening? First, let's understand a bit more about the nature of Pluto and Neptune. Pluto, once considered the ninth planet of our solar system, is a relatively small object by planetary standards. At approximately 1,473 miles in diameter, it is roughly 1/6 the width of Earth and much less massive. It orbits the Sun at a staggering average distance of about 3.67 billion miles and has an eccentric, highly inclined orbit. Neptune, on the other hand, is a gas giant, the eighth planet from the Sun, and is about 17 times more massive than Earth. Its blue-hued atmosphere consists primarily of hydrogen, helium, and methane, making it a world very different from Pluto's icy, rocky composition. In this fictional scenario of a collision, Pluto, being significantly smaller, would bear the brunt of the impact. The sheer force of Neptune's gravity would shred Pluto apart long before the actual physical collision took place. Astronomers often compare such events to watching a large asteroid impact a much smaller body, but on a much grander scale. The debris from this hypothetical disaster would scatter throughout the Kuiper Belt, potentially sending chunks of Pluto's remains in all directions, some of which could head toward the inner solar system. One of the most terrifying possibilities would be that this debris, now propelled into new, erratic orbits, could begin interacting with other celestial bodies. While the chances of any of this debris actually reaching Earth are minimal, even the remote possibility of a collision with smaller asteroids or other planets could send shockwaves through the scientific community. The impact of asteroids or comets on Earth has long been a subject of fear and fascination, with many pointing to the extinction of the dinosaurs as an example of how devastating such events can be. Now, why might Neil deGrasse Tyson, a man famous for his no-nonsense approach to science, be associated with this outlandish scenario? Tyson has never shied away from speaking candidly about astronomical phenomena, and while he wouldn't seriously suggest that Pluto and Neptune could collide, he often uses hypothetical events to spark interest and encourage people to think more deeply about the workings of our universe. In this case, a fictional collision between Pluto and Neptune could serve as an engaging thought experiment to explore topics like orbital mechanics, gravitational forces, and planetary formation. If such a collision did occur, the consequences would not be limited to the destruction of Pluto. The gravitational disturbance caused by two objects of this size interacting so violently would ripple through the solar system. While Neptune might emerge relatively unscathed due to its immense size and mass, the event would likely result in gravitational anomalies that could alter the orbits of nearby celestial bodies. This could lead to unpredictable consequences for other Kuiper Belt objects, many of which are only now being studied and understood. Some scientists theorize that disturbances in the Kuiper Belt could also lead to the potential discovery of new dwarf planets or other objects previously hidden in the shadows of our solar system. Another terrifying aspect to consider is the potential effect on Neptune's own atmosphere. While Neptune is a gas giant and far more resilient than a rocky body like Pluto, a massive collision could stir its atmosphere, triggering enormous storms or weather patterns unlike anything seen before. Neptune is already home to the fastest winds in the solar system, reaching speeds of up to 1,200 miles per hour. The energy from such a collision could amplify these winds, creating storms of epic proportions that would rage for centuries. In fact, the idea of a permanent storm system, akin to Jupiter's Great Red Spot, could emerge on Neptune as a result of this impact. Let's not forget the scientific revolution that would follow such an event. For decades, astronomers have been fascinated by the outer reaches of the solar system, and a collision of this magnitude would provide a treasure trove of data for researchers. Understanding the composition of the debris, the effects on Neptune's orbit, and the aftermath of such a catastrophic event would occupy generations of scientists. The study of exoplanets, planets outside our solar system, would also benefit from this, as astronomers would likely use the event as a model for how distant planets in other star systems might behave in similar circumstances. The terrifying aspect of this scenario, however, ultimately lies in the sheer unpredictability of cosmic events. Our universe is filled with forces and phenomena beyond our control, and while a Pluto-Neptune collision may be entirely fictional, the reality is that space is an ever-changing environment. As we continue to discover more about our own solar system, we realize just how fragile the delicate balance of orbits, gravity, and cosmic forces really is. Even the slightest disruption, be it a passing comet or a nearby star's gravitational pull, could lead to drastic changes in the distant future. Neil deGrasse Tyson's role in popularizing astronomy through his books, talks, and appearances on media like the show Cosmos has always been to encourage people to look up and consider the grandeur of the universe. Whether discussing the demotion of Pluto from planetary status or explaining black holes, Tyson's goal has always been to stir curiosity and wonder. A hypothetical collision between Pluto and Neptune may not be grounded in actual scientific possibility, but it serves as a reminder of just how mysterious and awe-inspiring our universe can be. In conclusion, while Neil deGrasse Tyson would never seriously suggest that Pluto and Neptune are on a collision course, the idea of such an event sparks the imagination. It allows us to ponder the fragile nature of planetary orbits, the power of gravitational forces, and the untold secrets of the outer solar system. Whether it's the destruction of Pluto, the unleashing of storms on Neptune, or the potential dangers of stray debris, such a hypothetical collision brings to light just how small and vulnerable we are in the grand cosmic dance. Though terrifying, it's also a testament to the majesty of space, a place where, as Tyson often reminds us, reality can be even stranger than fiction.